Welcome back to Single Tree Nation, guys. I'm your man, Charlie Eblin, and as always, we have our illustrious co-host, Mr. Derry Wells, here today.
What is up, everybody?
Y'all get a good show today. We have a special guest with one of our best friends,
Resident show dog,
Miss Cammie. She is our resident show dog.
That's right.
She is wonderful. She has a little pink bow on today for those of you who can't see it. Necktie, whatever.
That's her new signature. She
She's
won't
gorgeous.
let us take it off.
So what kind of dog is she again, Trent?
Mini Aussie Doodle.
A mini Aussie Doodle.
Yeah, she's great.
Hang on. Which one's the mini?
The dad.
The doodle or the Aussie?
The Doodle.
Okay.
Or the Poodle, yeah.
Yeah. Well, sorry. Yeah. The poodle.
Sorry.
The Doodle Poodle.
The Doodle Poodle.
Because I got an Aussie doodle, but she ain't no mini.
Yeah.
So
Her mom is like a full Australian Shepherd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But she's small too, so I guess they're both technically mini.
Well, we don't. Ours is about 55 pounds.
Yeah.
And she's got the coloring of the Shepherd, the Australian Shepherd.
Oh, nice.
And she's got one blue eye and one brown eye.
Cool. That's cool.
And like she's fantastic.
Yeah. They're so smart.
She is so smart, but we got her through a little bit of a rehab situation, and to protect the guilty, because I know I'm not going to go into where we sourced her from and stuff, but she is just, we've had her a little over a year, and there's still some things that she just can't do, and I found out that helium-filled cellophane balloons she ain't about it.
Oh.
So we had some in the house for the weekend for my wife's birthday. I couldn't hardly go out the front door because she had to pass the balloons.
Oh,
and
wow.
she wouldn't go back inside. And Julia's like, what are we doing? What's going on? And I was like, it's the balloons. And she took the balloons to the kitchen. She trotted right back in like no big deal. I said, told you, like it just... Whatever that trigger is something that she couldn't do it. But
That's
anyway,
wild.
Man.
yeah. So you never know with dogs that've got a spooky background.
I almost made the plunge in getting another animal the other day.
Don't.
I had
I've got 2 dogs, and there are just times like traveling's hard.
well, that's
You got
what
to figure out what to do with them, and like just
that's
the whole,
what. So my current dog, we have a Cane Corso,
right,
and I hadn't weighed him in a while, but he's probably 120 pounds.
right.
That's a big boy.
He's a baby.
Big old baby.
Yeah, he's a lap dog.
Yeah.
The
No
whole lap.
spatial, no spatial awareness.
That's right.
no,
Zero.
no. You don't have your own space with my dog.
That's awesome.
It's
And
his
he
space.
has all the space, right?
Yeah, it's his space and his space.
That's
Yeah.
right.
But so I love Cane Corsos. I think they're amazing dogs. Mine's a service animal. He does anything and everything you want him to do, and he's very highly trained. The message I got was for a 1-year-old female Cane Corso.
So y'all were gonna take a second mortgage for dog food, is what y'all were
Who's the same color.
Okay.
So they're both gray.
Right.
And this dog was literally the female version of mine. I mean, they looked like twins almost.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
So it was very difficult to not pursue that avenue.
Sure.
Because who doesn't need 2 best friends?
I say don't, like, we love both of ours, and it's just like it's one of those things where like you talk about a best friend. Like we've had the conversation. Huckleberry he'll be 9 this year, so he's starting to put on a little age.
Yeah.
I know several friends who have had, and he's a golden doodle. But he's all black, solid black. He just and he is right around 40 pounds. He's not on the big side, and he is absolutely like I will be wrecked when this dog passes, and I'm well aware of it.
That's the problem.
That's right,
Oh, man.
and I know it.
Let's
like
the subject change.
no, I'm just saying.
I know.
A lot of life events that I've occurred or that I've endured, in the last 8 years.
He was there.
He was there for all of them.
Yep.
And like, you know, there was some night I don't let him sleep in the bed. Like, I'm not that guy. Like, he can get up on the furniture all day long.
Yeah.
You don't sleep in the bed. But there was this one time, and this is just like you talk about your pets knowing you.
Mm-hmm.
I was going through it. I wasn't in the right headspace, and he broke the rule and got in the bed. And it wasn't just like a, hey, look, I'm in the bed.
Like, I got you.
I got you. Curled up next to you, like, hey, we'll go through this together.
Man.
And I was like, oh, because he didn't try to get up in the bed again. Like, he knew that one time was allowed.
Yeah.
And so I say all that to say we've had the conversation of what I'm going to look like when he passes.
Buddy.
And it's if school's in, I'll probably miss a day.
Oh, yeah.
And if it's summertime, I'll just
See you in a week or two.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's going to be tough. But all that, let's reel it back in on the safe side and the fun side. Like traveling, when we go somewhere, we really got to have somebody come watch the dogs, or you got to have them boarded, or you know, like there's
And boarding's almost cost prohibitive now.
correct.
It's so expensive.
So I mean,
crazy.
it makes a challenge for day-to-day life. Now we figured it out, and my kids help out, and they're like, hey, you know.
Now,
whatever.
are you a go to pause like animal shelter rescue kind of person, or are you
Depends.
purchase purebred kind of person?
It just depends on the dog. Like the dog I had before Huck, I had 2 boxers, a brother and sister.
Nice.
Bought them from a lady who I knew was a breeder. I'd seen the mom and dad, and I'd seen several litters of theirs, and I was like, hey, I want these 2.
Well, that's a real early mac and beans, isn't it? Like we just kind of dove into one there.
What is the mac or beans?
Shelter.
Shelter or purebred?
Oh, I thought she was trying to get me to compare my boxer to my doodle. I said, no, there's no comparison there. We're not doing that. So, but
That was the decision I gave my wife when we bought our first Cane Corso. I said,
All right.
I said, shotgun or big dog.
yeah.
Like, hey, you get your choice. That's what it's gonna be.
I've never gotten one from a shelter. I'm not opposed to it. As a matter of fact, I think people that do that are phenomenal. And I love that we have.
My
those
brother
things in
won't buy a
place.
dog
Just because of that reason.
for that reason.
Yeah.
There's so many dogs in shelters
Yeah, he's right.
that he always gets shelter dogs.
Hey, do you know who Derek? He's a comedian. Derek Yells, or that's not his name. I think that's his Instagram page or whatever. He's from Alabama. Did some time in Colorado. Now I think he's up in New York.
I'm glad you finished that statement because my brain went 940.
No, Colorado is doing time. Let's be honest. I got a cousin that owns some restaurants out there, and I'm like, dude, but he does well. But anyhow, he makes the joke that when you live in the country, you don't buy a dog. A dog just shows up on your
Right.
porch and doesn't have a collar on.
Yeah.
Well, you got a new dog.
Yeah. You start feeding it. There
That's
you go.
right.
Yeah,
That's right.
it's yours now.
So, but I appreciate people that go to the what do they call that?
Rescue
Rescue
route.
dog. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's impressive. But I've always had, I know where my dogs came from as far as a quote unquote breeder.
Yeah, no, I was just curious.
But that's,
This is my first one. Personally, we grew up with buying dogs. This one like fell in my lap. Like the lady that bred it, or like that had him, called me. I was like, I think you're supposed to have this dog. And it was like 3 or 4 months after my dog of 12 years passed. And I was like, I'm not sure if I'm ready for this. And we went and met her, and it was over. But like, we both fell in love.
I'm gonna
with
tell
it.
you that's the hardest thing I've done this decade.
It's the
having
worst.
a dog go.
Yeah,
It's the
It's
worst. It's the worst.
I can tell the story of when my,
I did it twice in the same year.
Oh my gosh, dude.
One was a 17-year-old, I don't know, miniature poodle, essentially.
Yeah.
Multi-poo, that's what it was. My wife's dog.
Yeah.
So, and I was with my wife for 13 of those years. So 13 of that dog's years life.
Right.
And then our Corso, he passed, and she couldn't go to either one. I had to do it. Now you want to talk about, number one, you got to pick up a 120-pound dog and carry him to the car, or carry him into the vet, and then you got to carry him to the car when he's no longer living.
Yeah.
No.
And then you got to go home and dig the hole.
We, I can, I don't know if it's the angle we meant to go for today, but
Taking a left today.
Yeah.
Look what you started.
My boxers, they were apart for one day their entire life. And that was the day we had her fixed. And she had to spend the night in the vet, get her the next morning. They were good, right?
Yep.
It is December of 2016. It's December 21st, 2016. It's right before Christmas. I step outside. It's got a drizzly kind of day. Just where it's kind of, it's almost hazy. It's so light, but you can see the rain falling. It's about 40 degrees. And I go on the back porch and I whistle. And they usually come running up, feed them on the porch and, have a little morning routine, whatever. And she slow comes trotting up and he doesn't come up. And I said out loud, don't do this to me today. And I whistled again and nothing. And I go out there to his doghouse and he had laid down. He crossed his paws and he put his head down and he went to sleep, never woke up.
Oh my God.
And I'm talking, it punched me in the stomach. Now, in 2016, my son is, I can't do the math there, whatever the math is, 12 years old. All right. Mm-hmm. And he goes out there, we dig the hole, we do the whole thing. And it's that rain that's falling, but there's a little bit of sun trying to shine through, right? And I do those last few pats of dirt, and you watch a 12-year-old kid fall to his knees and just start crying. I'm talking punch to the gut.
It's awful.
So
We gotta switch this up. I'm about to start crying.
It's awful.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, man, it's the worst.
The point is, you've gone through it.
worst.
We've all had that moment.
brutal.
It's brutal. You don't realize how
know-
much of the family they've come. So it's for what it's worth. Yeah, and I didn't realize you already gone through it once because it's a tough spot.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is. I couldn't talk about it without crying for several
It's
years.
It's losing a family member.
So
like family you really like.
yeah. The side of the family you want to hang out with. You know what I mean? Yeah.
that cousin that shows up, you're like, yeah, what up? That's it.
The one with the squishy neck.
Oh man.
Oh man,
Just me. I'm not okay.
Yeah,
y'all got a show.
My bad.
You
I like
good.
squishy neck.
Y'all got a show to record or not?
Yeah. All right. So, youth sports.
youth sports, man.
Youth sports.
Oh,
Let's
geez.
dive into youth sports.
You sent me a cool picture this week.
I did.
You went back to the old stomping grounds,
I did.
and first of all, how do you like the upgrades to that joint? Could you even tell? But did you recall what it used to look like compared to what it does now? And stuff.
Yes. The problem is there's so much construction going on
Yeah.
that it's and there's like when you walk down the hallway at a gym, that corridor right there before you get into the basketball court,
Yeah.
JROTC and all that stuff over
Right.
there. It's hard to visualize it because there's so much stuff
Happening, right?
Like
yeah.
I'm excited next year
Sure.
for all that to be finished and to be able to see. It was kind of weird being in the gym that like I know this is my gym,
Right.
but it's not my
It's
gym.
not a gym.
Right. So it's a little different.
Assuming the last time you were in there, we were in high school.
Yeah.
Okay. Or even if it was in the last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
New floor.
Yeah.
New paint scheme. New bleachers.
Yep.
And new air conditioning system. And then some new decorative stuff. So literally for you to walk in, it's a completely different gym.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
No,
I mean,
it when I walked in, one of the first things that I actually noticed inside the gymnasium, inside the basketball court,
right.
was it looked like it did to me when I was a kid.
Right.
So like my brain went, oh man, this is all new. Like,
Right.
There's no way this is, I mean,
Right.
we've been out of school for a couple of days.
Somebody told me the other day,
year
they're
or
like,
two.
I'm coming up on my 20-year anniversary of high school, and I did a little quick math in my mind.
Congratulations.
Brother, we creeping up on our 30 year.
Hi, who?
Yeah.
Hush.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you real close, friend.
Oh, I know.
Like that's insane.
Well, it was
So-
when I was talking to Kenneth the other day, and he told me when he graduated, and I was like, "Ooh, wait a minute." And that's when it kind of hit me is how close we were getting to that 3 decades ago that we had graduated.
Do you remember when your parents used to talk about that and you thought you'll never get to that point because it seems so far away?
Yeah.
And now here we are just
yeah.
knocking on the door. And I think it's different growing up in Murfreesboro because we remember, quote unquote, small Murfreesboro, compared to now. But it just,
Well, I mean, it was small.
yeah,
You know, we.
there was only 2 high schools.
I remember when Logan's came into.
Oh, wasn't that the thing? Man?
When Ruby Tuesdays opened.
Yeah, there was.
know? That was the jam. Now it's an eye doctor that you can't get to.
Ruby Tuesdays?
Yeah, it's
The Ruby Tuesdays?
Yeah.
such a weird location.
Yeah, it was now it's an eye.
I completely
they sold
forgot
it
that's
to an
what
eye
that building
doctor.
was.
Yeah.
They sure did. And it's that awkward
Yeah,
corner
like, I don't
way
even
where
know
it
how to
sits
get there.
down. Oh,
I've
man.
lived here my whole life, and I have no idea how to figure out to whizzle around in there.
That's hilarious.
But that's back in like you remember when what is now Hooters was built. It wasn't
the
Hooters.
Cooker?
It was originally the Cooker,
Right.
And then they sold it to God, what was that brand? They were out of Knoxville. It was actually pretty good. I can't remember. God, I can't remember. And then it changed from that.
Was it that Tex-Mex joint? Is that the same place?
No. No, you're talking about that was Don Pablo's.
No. There was
old Chicago was.
No, there was a Tex-Mex joint that was in there for a minute. It'll come to me eventually, maybe, but
Maybe it was Tex-Mex, and I just can't remember that far back.
the Cooker was. I remember when it opened up, they had the chicken tenders, man. Like
That place was good.
It was good.
Yeah.
So-
And then it wasn't.
And then it wasn't. What is the life cycle of a restaurant? And here's where that's rooted in. So many restaurants, you see them, and they take Logan's for example.
Yeah.
In its heyday, like it was a 45-minute wait to get in that place. Didn't matter what day of the week it was.
So
And then that life cycle, and the reason I'm asking that is because you have Texas Roadhouse now, which is very similar to what Logan's was, and they are doing extremely well. But and so why did, and I know you can't truly answer this, but why did Logan's fall off and Texas Roadhouse come up? But
I can answer.
okay, but in the essence of it,
When you
place
get
is almost the same.
when you get into restaurants are one of the most difficult industries in the world.
100%.
Everybody thinks that you make millions of dollars and you're driving Lambos and hanging out on your yacht. That's not the case. A well-ran restaurant is going to produce somewhere in the neighborhood of 10% profit. Your extremely well-ran, high-volume restaurants can get up into the 15, 20%. Well, you got to think, if you're doing $1 million a year, well, now you made $100,000 profit.
Right.
Okay. So that is your salary. That is a kind of shoot fund when you got to go buy a new cooler, when you got to have new floors, you got to get a new AC, whatever.
Right.
So you can't just go, okay, hey, I put $100,000 in the bank. That's my salary, because then what happens when in January the snow comes and you're closed for 2 days or 3 days, and now you got to pay all your people payroll. So, you take probably half of that, and that's your salary. Right. So, yeah, I'm an owner. Okay, I made $50,000 a year this year. Well, that's got to support me, my wife, my 3 kids, my 120-pound dog, and anything that we want to go do.
Right.
So you don't make a ton of money. When then you start increasing volume, and that's where like you've seen recently, especially around here, a lot of small businesses have been going under.
Right.
So what happens is, whether it's a small business, large business, doesn't matter. It's all the same thing. It's dollars and cents and how you manage the business. When things get tight you start managing profit. Natural reaction, right? Prices go up from a cost standpoint. So you try to figure out how not to raise prices to the consumer and still be able to make the same amount of profit. Well, if my costs go up 2-3%, well, now that 10% just went down to 8-7%.
Right.
Right. So, okay, well, now I'm making $65,000-$70,000 versus the 100. So, okay, well, that money's not going to come out of my war chest or my rainy day fund or whatever you want to call it. It comes out of my salary. Well, eventually you got to figure out, okay, well, now what? I think a lot of independent restaurants make the mistake of raising prices, and then they raise those prices and then they outprice people to come see them.
Consumer, right? Yeah.
So now when you get into larger restaurants, so typically it takes a large sum of money, a capital investment to really grow a brand from 1 to 5 units, right? You got 1 to 5 units you can do on your own. And then you get past that. Now you need a capital investment of millions of dollars to really grow the brand at a rapid pace or a fast pace, not necessarily rapid. So then you get an investment, and then that investment, you grow 10 units. Then you grow another 15 units the next year. Then you grow another 25 units the year after that. So now you're in the 50, 60 unit restaurant range. Those are producing enough profit to really start ramping up the growth. Well, the problem that a lot of, I believe, this is just my opinion, I believe a lot of restaurants and a lot of businesses don't grow their people faster than they grow their business. So what happens is you take a guy who is your lead cook, your assistant manager, whatever, and you put him in a position that he's not ready for because you haven't developed him. So now he's over an entire store when he should be over a kitchen or he should be over a department. And then you take those guys that were running a store and you put them over 6, 7, 8, 10 restaurants, and they're not ready to be able to multitask and do all of those things, right?
Right.
So you put people in positions that they're not ready for.
Let's take a quick break and then come back to personal development.
She was about to sign. The payments looked fine until I ran the numbers. They were overcharging her by $5,412. One call later, we flipped the script. Better price, lower rate, $5,000 saved. This happens every week. Before you sign, call me. The 615negotiator.com. I find what they don't want you to see.
All right, welcome back, guys. I'm your man, Charlie, and as always, we have our illustrious co-host, Mr. Derry Wells.
Personnel development. Yeah, so like we were talking about before, I think what happens is you get restaurants that have grown to a certain extent, and they have, 50 restaurants. And you go back and you look at that first restaurant, and it was phenomenal, right? And then you have to take that same quality management, that same quality food, that hospitality into now all 50 locations. So if you don't teach the people ahead of time, this is what I'm looking for. This is how we're going to treat our people. This is how we're going to treat our guests. This is how we're going to cook our food. This is what you're looking for when you purchase the food. Then all of a sudden now it comes more about dollars and cents and less about the people. So when it becomes less about people, you don't succeed, right? Because whether it's the people that are working in the establishment or the people that are coming to spend their money, it's still about people. How many times do you name your favorite restaurant here in Rutherford County? Man,
Throw out and forget the money. I'm not asking you about dollars and cents.
No.
What's your if you can just think, bam, I go, that's the place I like to go to all the time.
I don't know. I truly don't. If you were just going to tell me to go somewhere, I'm going to pick one of the local Mexican joints.
Okay.
So
Carmen's?
probably, yeah, for me, yeah.
Okay.
Especially if the wife's not going.
Okay. So now, if you walk into Carmen's right now
Yeah.
and sat down, who's going to wait on you?
Carlos,
What are you going to get to eat?
2 fish tacos.
And then are you going to have to order any of that, or are they probably just going to do it for you?
Carlos is going to come up and say, hey, the usual, yes, sir. And then he's going to ask, am I having a drink tonight? No, water just tonight or whatever, you know. Yeah.
So, and if you say yes, does he know what you're going to drink?
Yes.
Margarita on the rocks, salt, right? Extra shot of tequila.
Large Dos Equis hamburger.
So do you think that has anything to do with people?
It's all to do with people. It's him as the.
So it literally has nothing to do with the tacos. Can you get a Dos Equis? Can you get a Dos Equis at any Mexican restaurant in
Oh,
town?
yeah. Yeah.
So
or
why
the
not,
majority of
So
them.
why not go there?
Because I like going and seeing Carlos and, you know,
Right.
having that interaction and that personnel. And
So
that,
it has nothing to do with the food.
no, it does, though.
Not really.
Yeah. And I'll tell you why.
If
'Cause-
Carlos goes to work at El Camino, or goes to work at Las Trojas, or goes to work at Margarita House, or goes to work at the taco shop,
Right.
anywhere, right? And then next time you go into Carmen's, you see him, and you're like, "What's up, Carlos? How you doing?" And he's like, "Oh, good. Hey, just to let you know, I'm going to be going over to Las Trojas.
Yeah.
They're getting ready to open up. They got some really killer food. It's going to be great. You know, atmosphere is really cool. Come see me over there." You going to go to Las Trojas?
Yeah. At least
Why?
once. Because Carlos is there.
Because Carlos is there.
Yeah.
So again, it's got nothing to do with the food.
Oh, man. Jeez.
The food may be phenomenal,
That's what got me in there the first time.
but it's a side effect,
Yeah. I get it.
right? You have to have, restaurants are not successful with crappy food,
Well, right.
right? There's a reason.
Well, let me ask you this.
Restaurants are successful.
You go to a
The
new
food
joint.
is just a byproduct.
You go to a new joint. You don't know any of the waiters, waitresses.
100%.
And so food gets you in the door, but people keep you there. Is that something we can kind of say?
Yep, agreed.
So then what happens with the Logans, who was the staple in Murfreesboro for a decade, and then all of a sudden, like, they're closed, and then a comparable place
I'll
moves in.
give you an exercise. Okay. And it doesn't have to be a place that's closed. It can be a place that's still open.
Sure.
Okay. Go look at the reviews from the first year they're open.
Okay.
Okay. And if they have phenomenal reviews, and then the last time you went, or last couple of times you've been, wasn't great. Okay. So you don't go as much. You don't know anybody there. The last 90 days, look at their reviews. Takes it all back to the people.
Yeah.
So you go to a place because you're looking for something to eat, right? But if the food, I'll give you a 1,000% answer on this whole thing. Okay. There's a hibachi restaurant here in town.
Yeah.
Okay. I absolutely love going there. The last 2 times that I've been there, okay, the food wasn't that good. Okay. Now, the reason the food wasn't that good was because 90% of the time that I go to this restaurant, I get the same cook. He's been there for a decade.
Right.
Okay. And every time I go in there, get the same cook. It's always phenomenal. You know, he's got.
You know what the expectation is.
I know he knows
Yeah.
what I'm looking for. He gives me the food I want. I don't have to tell him. He cooks it the way I want to. But as well, it's the service. He's always got some extra peppers. He knows I love spice things, so he grows his own peppers at home, and he'll have those peppers in his cart, and he'll be like,
He
"Hey,
gonna
bro."
light you up one day.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's
Man.
already done it. Yeah. He's like, "Hey, bro, here, try this one." He goes, "It's hot, but try this one. You'll like it." So, but like it's him, right?
Right.
Now, he is a skilled cook.
Right.
Okay. The last 2 times I've been in there, the people that have cooked for us barely said a word. and the food wasn't that good.
Doing the whole thing.
Doing the whole thing, barely said a word.
Volcano.
Oh yeah, oh
A
yeah.
little choo choo.
Like they'll do that, right? But like they don't.
Trent is so easily entertained at the hibachi grill.
Oh yeah,
Trent
they
is
don't
the
throw-
12-year-old with the show. Like, oh, here comes the volcano onion. Like
Oh, yeah.
that's
Come on.
and that's great, right?
Come
But
on.
at least try to entertain us.
sure.
Yeah.
Right? At least try to
Flip
interact.
a shrimp in my hat and miss something.
Something,
Yeah,
right?
Something.
And the last 2 times I've been. So, 2 weeks ago, me and my wife and kids are leaving from somewhere. And I said, man, hibachi would be good. And it was a day of the week that we don't typically go. And I was like, I don't know if my man's there or not.
Yeah. Did you call?
Let's go get something else. Nope.
Oh, you just didn't even go.
Just didn't even go. Because I was uncertain of whether or not I was going to go get my previous
guy,
two
right,
experiences.
You know, it's
Right?
funny because there used to be a local place that here in town, Station Grill, that I became.
I love Station Grill.
Man, it's so good.
Kirk's
It's
the
still
man.
there.
Yeah, I know,
Oh.
but it's the original spot.
Yeah, the OG spots.
And it was close to where I was living.
Yep.
I kind of became a little bit regular. I had our group, like we knew Tuesday nights and whatever night we was all gonna meet up, right? Got to the point where by the time I walked in, water, drink, and napkin were sitting where I sit. Didn't matter which waitress was there. I knew who wasn't there based on that same thing, right? So
Yep.
like, okay, well, Kirby and Heather aren't here tonight because my drink's not here.
Yeah.
But then you learned the typical response of everything, and I knew that staff. But here's what's funny: one of them left, and you could tell it didn't go downhill. Kurt's fantastic.
Oh, yeah, he's phenomenal.
And
does
John,
everything.
I got to know him, the other owner stuff. But that when one of those waitresses left, went to school, did some other stuff and whatever, it just kind of like. It just kind of
Changes.
wasn't. I'm not gonna say wasn't right. It just changes, right?
Yeah, just changes.
Now it was still our spot. It's still great. They wind up moving over there to Georgetown. They've kicked butt over there. Proud of them for that.
That was great.
And but it's one of those unique because I knew what my expectation for my experience was when I showed up, and so when you don't get that, and so I'm gonna bring this all back around. You go to somewhere like Logan's, and it starts to fall off. It's because the people weren't developed. Your staff, your personnel, whatever.
Yep. Typically, it's because the managers aren't developed.
Because when you walk into Texas Roadhouse, you have a manager that checks on you within X amount of minutes. They got the little paper tape thing. They check, whatever.
No.
We've been in there and steak wasn't up to normal quality. And it was a poor cut. And the lady's like, I'm so sorry. We cut these in-house. I think that was the end of the sirloin. And it was. I knew right away. I was like, that's going to be a little tough. And it was.
Yeah.
She didn't even ask. Comps the thing. No big deal. We really hope y'all come back. Oh, I'll be back. This is my spot. But now you took care of me on the time that I didn't get what I'm used to getting. You guarantee I'm still going to be back.
Now, you want me to tell you why they're that way? The general manager buys into the company.
Okay. So it means something to him.
And it ain't chump change.
Right. Oh, I bet not.
It's a sizable investment he has to make into the company to be the general manager of that location.
Okay. All
That's
right.
why they call them owners.
Okay.
Because they literally own a piece of that business.
Well, that makes all the difference in the world.
So and you don't and if I remember correctly, it's been a while since I've done my research on Texas, but if I remember correctly, you don't get a brand new location.
Okay.
You're not allowed to go open a brand new one.
Gotcha.
You have to buy into one that's already up and running. You buy that one of those people, like this guy that owns this one.
Yeah.
He can go open a new one.
Right.
But you have to buy into it.
Okay.
Now they have different ways to do that.
Sure.
But he's got his money.
It keeps that accountability there, though.
Very much so.
That's impressive.
If you put your money into it, you're going to care, right? But look, there's 3 reasons why anybody goes to a restaurant. It's literally boils down to 3. Okay. Number 1 is somebody, or the hospitality is at that level.
Right.
Okay. So meaning they treat you like they know you.
Right.
Okay. That's number 1. Number 2, there's a specific menu item in that restaurant that you're looking for. Right. So like, we'll stay on the theme of corporate restaurants. You go to Outback or Texas Roadhouse because you like the onion blossom,
Right.
right? So you can't get that at Single Tree Barbecue.
Right.
That's why you went there. You
Right.
you were looking for that specifically, right? And then the last one is convenience. Strictly convenience.
Well, and that's like what we, when we had the taco shop on,
Yep.
they're like, why hadn't you tried it? It's across Broad Street. I just
Right.
don't ever pass Broad Street.
Yeah.
And,
But why do you go to McDonald's instead of going to the taco shop?
Oh, no, I don't go to McDonald's. But
Any,
yes.
any fast food place.
But
The
Convenience.
culinary expertise of
My wife
of
hurt my feelings
fast,
yesterday.
Fast food is not exceptional.
I made her lunch. She's been doing some training for her job up at another office. And so I made her lunch or whatever. And she looks down and she gets on to panic because she's got to do her 25-minute drive in 40 minutes, which means she should have left 8 minutes ago. Like she just, whatever. And I go in the kitchen and she left her lunch on the kitchen table. And I took a picture of it and I sent it to her. And she's like, oh, no. And I was like, yeah. And you got a long day ahead because you got another meeting after, She's like, I know. And so she was able to run down the street, grab McDonald's. And we're talking on her lunch break. And she goes, man, I really miss eating fast food. It's so good. And I said, what are you talking about? She goes, it's so good. Like they have this down to, like, I know what I'm getting when I go there. And it's just, and that's for her. It's that simplicity, as basic or gross or simple or whatever you want to call it as it is. She knows what she's going to get, and she knows that chicken nugget will taste like that chicken nugget every time she gets that chicken nugget, and she likes that consistency.
It's convenience.
It's convenience, and I'm like,
What you're look. There's no reason why McDonald's should have ever been successful to the state of their success.
Right.
Not saying that they didn't serve a better product years ago.
Right.
But when you look at what they serve, and I'm not trying to badmouth the quality of food that they serve, but it's not a culinary delicacy.
No. Like
Right.
their chicken nugget, but you know what that chicken nugget tastes like. If I say, hey, McDonald's chicken nugget.
Yeah. Have you ever seen those things made?
We don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen it. I've seen it.
It's awful.
But if I say McDonald's chicken nugget, you know that taste. That you know what sauce you want with it.
Yeah.
You know exactly what to expect. If I say, hey, let's go to Mom and Pop's over here because I've heard they've got a great homemade chicken nugget. Mm-hmm. You don't know what to expect. It's either going to be lightly breaded, heavy breaded, battered,
2
whatever.
days ago about catfish in Rutherford County, and who has great catfish in Rutherford County.
Right.
And because catfish is one of those things, some people don't even use catfish, right? They have to now, but they used to use swa and cod and all kinds of other white fishes. But it's the same thing. You can't go to McDonald's and get
Where's a good
high-quality
catfish place in Rutherford County now?
Sylvan Park is up there.
Okay.
Clearview used to have really good catfish,
Yeah.
but I hadn't been to Clearview in a long time. Sorry, guys, I need to come see you. But I love Clearview. Clearview is so good.
Clearview is good.
Sylvan Park is
Over off
Clearview?
Main Street
Yeah.
on Highland.
Oh, okay.
No, not Highland. Is it Highland over there? No, Highland's one up. What's it?
Oh man, you got me lost now.
Right, if you're going from the square towards Central Middle, right when you get to the edge of Central Magnet, turn right, and it's 1 block off Main Street.
Got you.
And when I tell you the hot water cornbread, it's
Okay.
what the
Oh, yeah.
greens is worth going for. I don't care
Oh,
what
yeah.
protein you get; those right there. Woo!
We would always go on fried chicken day and catfish day.
Yeah,
And I'm telling you, they do a phenomenal job.
golly, that sounds so good.
I need to go to Clearview now.
It's been a minute for me since I've been down there, but I enjoy it. Absolutely,
I might
enjoy it.
have to go there tomorrow.
She gonna have to make her way back up. So,
Well,
hey.
then-
All right, so we got on this rabbit trail somehow. Before we do, I know we're approaching break time. When we come back, let's make sure we get to youth sports because
Youth
you
sports.
started something there.
I am
And we-
hot
Yeah.
about youth sports.
All
We
right.
need to get Gary We need to get Mr. Gary Eady to come
yeah,
back.
we do.
'cause
We
do. I'm hot.
Let's take a quick break, and then we'll come back into U Sports.
You took us out. Bring us back
U
in.
Sports, baby. All right, welcome back, guys. We went down a rabbit trail of long-term consistency of restaurants, and that started with a comment of U Sports. I don't even know how we got there, but
I was trying to change the subject.
You
to
were.
Sports,
That's right.
and
But
we
U
went down
Sports,
restaurants instead.
What you got on U Sports though?
We had an experience with my youngest son this last few months, and have we lost the ability to coach?
Man,
And develop.
you about to open up a big wormhole here.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, you just said the word to develop.
Yes.
There are so many, and I'm not going to say every coach because I know a bunch of coaches, and there's a bunch of them who are phenomenal. But hey, what's up, friend?
Kimmy said, "You need to love on me." Like,
I
don't you
guarantee she
understand?
smells my dogs.
Cammy, get
So,
a job. Go on.
But anyhow, so many coaches have started this win at all costs thing. You can jump on any social media and see some idiot coach losing his mind at some 21-year-old umpire making a bad call on the baseball field. And it looks ridiculous. And I hope somebody shows that coach back how much an idiot he looks like when he calmed down. However, we don't have coaches that develop a player. And I saw a great thing just yesterday. This one coach was like, look, I tell you what I started doing with my travel baseball team. We don't do hitting practice. I coached Little League baseball for 6-7 years, whatever it was. And I remember all the times we did hitting practice. Usually it was one coach and one kid hitting into the fence or hitting into the net or whatever. Because we didn't want to waste time for kids shagging balls.
Yeah.
But a lot of coaches just do that. Pitch to them, the whole team shags balls, and you're losing valuable time. But this coach's thought was, if I never take hitting practice, then we've worked on defensive skills, we've worked on communication, we've worked on situational play, we've worked on all these things. And most of the times, your dad, your uncle, your grandpa, somebody will get frustrated that y'all didn't do hitting practice, and they'll take you to a cage. So you got 2 hours of hitting practice versus 25 balls, and we got 2 hours of development practice versus everybody shagging balls while you hit. I shouldn't say nobody. The development of a player is lacking so hard. I see so many kids in
It
so many
kills me
sports.
because in today's era, middle school sports, and I will cast a broad net. Middle school sports are insanely competitive.
They are.
Comparative to when we were kids.
Correct.
When we were kids, they were nowhere near as competitive as they are today.
When we were kids, it was the football and basketball team.
Look, I remember going to the football coach at Central Middle School after football had already started. And I found out who he was, and I went and talked to him.
7th grade or 8th grade year?
7th grade.
All right, it's Pat Murphy.
Yes. And I said, hey, coach, I wanted to come out for the football team. No, it wasn't 7th. It was 8th grade. I'm sorry.
Keith Young.
It was 8th grade year.
Yep.
And I said, hey, coach, I wanted to come out for the football team. I know y'all have already started, but can I do that? And he was like, yeah, boy, come on out. It wasn't in today's world, no, you missed tryouts. No, we had 97 kids show up. We could only take so many.
Right.
You know, it was, yeah, come on, let's play. Come on out. Same thing when we got to high school. Our freshman football, I'll never forget it. Our freshman year, it's me and Jonathan Lee.
Oh, man. A great start to this story.
Trying out, quote unquote,
Yeah.
for the quarterback position.
Okay.
Well, I'm a very tall individual, if you hadn't noticed. As a freshman, I think I was all of like 5'3", maybe 5'2".
Oh man!
And we had been practicing for a little bit of time, and I don't know if you remember this or not. But we had a pretty good running back.
That was Roland, wasn't it? Is that who that was?
It was Mr. Robert Ogletree.
Robert, yeah. Roland was his younger brother.
Yes.
We had Robert. That's right.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's pretty good.
Yeah.
He's pretty fast,
Yeah.
and he's solid.
We had Carlos Bean too, didn't we? Did he play that year?
Not our freshman year.
Okay.
No.
I can't
So-
remember. Anywho.
Long story short, I took a snap, and I turned the wrong direction.
Oh, jeez.
And Ogletree hit me dead square in the forehead. And I went backwards
That's great. That is
into the
absolutely
line.
great.
Yeah. So, but who was the freshman coach?
It was Ken Nolan that year.
Ken Nolan, yes.
That was before he made
That
it
was
to
before he was the
administration.
principal.
That's right.
Yeah. And
Him and
he,
William Ritchie.
he stood over the top of me.
Now, hang on. You have to understand Ken Nolan at this time is about 50 years old. He's 6'4",
Oh,
and
snap.
he was still working out.
Oh boy.
Now he wasn't
Yes.
like Dwayne the Rock Johnson working out, but it was an
He was
imposing
stout.
character
Yeah.
to stand over a 5'3" freshman.
That's
So
flat on his back, looking up, trying to figure out where in the heck he is. And he
I
goes,
said right, and you went left, boy.
he goes, son, I believe you ran the wrong play.
That was great.
Yes, coach. I hopped up. We went back to work, right? But
That's great.
that was youth sports back then.
Hang on. You know what didn't happen? You didn't get cut.
No,
You just didn't play quarterback.
no.
You were going to have a role somewhere on the team.
Yeah,
You still came to the practice because we were going
Yeah.
to develop you as a player.
very much so.
Now,
Yeah.
there are teams, and I can't speak for every team, but I have seen teams who you need 11 players on a field, or 9. Let's go for baseball, something around a diamond, softball, whatever, 9 or 10. They're only carrying like 18, 20 players. They can't even go 2 fields deep. They're counting on your starters being the best ones you got. We got a few kids that can go play 2 positions in case somebody goes down. And here we are carrying a team of 17 kids. And where we used to, that team would have had 23, 24, 25 on it. We're developing players to come along.
Oh yeah.
You want your...
Look, you don't know as a freshman. You don't know as a 6th grader going into 7th grade, 7th grader going to 8th grade, or a 9th grader coming into school as a freshman. You don't know what those kids are going to do.
No.
I mean, look, we had kids that when we started as a freshman, Matt, what's Matt's last name?
Baldwin?
No, not Baldwin.
Matt King?
I'll think about it afterwards and
Matt
say
Garrett?
it. But Matt Garrett.
There you go.
There you go.
I was trying to run all the Matts
Yeah.
I knew that we had.
But think about Matty as a freshman.
Right.
He was small,
Right. Tiny.
little fella.
Yeah.
Think about him now.
Right. Right.
He's massive.
Right.
Like the dude's huge.
Yeah.
So you don't know when somebody's going to develop into and grow and hit a
Right.
spurt. But these kids now, if you're not competitive as a freshman, you don't make a team.
I think what's unique to me about all of it is you see a lot of pro athletes or people that are involved in pro athletics or even collegiate athletics. They will literally tell you, play as many sports as you can. Mm-hmm. Do this, do that. Take downtime away from this one sport to go to another sport. Your mechanics, like your body's learning to move, to train, to do all these things, and it does carry over. But yet you see some of these recruiter types, and I hate to say it, a lot of them get paid money away that are not involved with school. They are just, they're the whatever. No, you need to only focus on this because everybody needs to see him putting in 100 hours of this right here. But my concern is what happens to when the kid has burned out. And you shouldn't have a kid burning out of
I think-
sport as a sophomore, because that means you didn't do
It's
something
what
right.
we do. It's what we do with my middle son. He doesn't want to play anything but baseball.
Right.
And he wants to play baseball 24/7, 365. Fine. But I tell him all the time, if you want to do it, go do it.
Right.
But I'm not going to push you to go do
Right.
it. I'm going to.
Right.
You tell me you want to play at the high school level, you want to play at the college level, you want to play at the pro level. Awesome. All right. You're talking about 1% of the world's population of youth sports is going to play in college. If you make it to that, killer.
Right.
That's incredible. But I'm not going to jam it down your throat to where by the time you get there, you hate it.
You hate it. I had a friend of mine when we were younger. He was actually a closer friend of mine's younger brother. And he, as a freshman, was starting to get collegiate looks. And this is like around 2000, 2001, before it became the craziness it is now. And his sophomore year, he quit baseball. And we're like, what are you doing? You got all these offers. He goes, I'm done with it. And he walked away from it. And I had a chance years later. I was like, you ever regret that? He goes, not a day in my life. I thought I should have played one more pitch. Not another inning, not another out. And he never regretted it. And I was like, you know what? Good for him. Because a lot of people would have taken the pressure, the stress, or whatever. Yeah. But I hate, though, to see that a potential talent gets burned out as a 14, 15-year-old kid, because we should expect that ultimately what I just said there, the word kid, they should have fun. They need to know what it's like to, your buddy calls you and, hey, we're going fishing. You want to go? I'm in. Not, well, I got practice, then I got hit in cages, but I got 30 minutes on Thursday I can squeeze you in. Like, that's not.
Look, I bring all this up because I got pretty
opinionated.
Animated and some people that are close to me, i.e. my wife, kind of told me I needed to calm down and think about what I was.
There's some wisdom in when the wife's talking,
and she was not wrong. Now, when I get that animated, I am very calculating in the words that come out of my mouth. Mm-hmm. I'm not one to and just word vomit.
Yeah.
I won't say anything that is untrue or is a feeling. I will give you very factual data. It's just in
Let me tell you what I observed today.
It's just in a different tone.
Right.
And but it sparked a nerve, and I really wish people would stop getting into coaching to go win championships. Because if you are a person that wants to go coach youth, your job is not to bring home hardware.
No.
Your job is not to go out and win championships.
Correct.
Your job is to go and teach values, to teach a game, to develop young men and women into upstanding United States citizens, or just people in general, to be better. There's life lessons in striking out.
100%.
Right? There's life lessons in working out. And, I was thinking about it this morning. You will never achieve anything unless you personally believe you can first. If you don't believe in yourself, you are not going to achieve it, because there's going to be doubts. There's going to be things that hold you back. And I got that from somebody that said something about working out and getting gains in the gym,
right,
and this, that, and the other, and there's wisdom that comes in the pain of growing.
Wisdom that comes in the pain.
And if you don't know what that is, then you can't you can't grow. And it doesn't always have to be physical pain, but there's things that you learn when you go through trials and tribulations and hills and valleys, right?
Well, what's Dabo Sweeney talk about? Something along the lines of, doesn't matter how many wins or losses you got, if you're not developing the character of men, then you've lost.
Yeah.
And too
You
many
lost already.
coaches have gotten into that.
Yeah.
Not realizing that there is something behind striking out.
I
There
don't
is
want
something.
I don't want any of my kids to go out and lose every week in and
Well,
week out,
no, but
right? It would be really cool if they win the championships.
Right.
But you can't go out every weekend and win at all costs.
right.
Without teaching. If you got a kid that doesn't show up to practice, he don't play. And if you're on a team and that causes the team to not be able to do something,
Because
there's a lesson there.
the lesson and there is don't let down the team as individual, but the team holds the individual accountable.
Right.
Like both of those work. But
If
we've
you
gotten
got-
so far away from that at win at all costs that this
Yeah.
kid didn't show up. But he's the scheduled starter this week. We better put him in because we're playing so and so.
Yeah.
And
We're so worried about upsetting mama and dad and this, that, and the other. Well, then mama and dad should have had you at practice.
Facts.
I support this 100%.
Right? Like, I mean, maybe I'm too old school on this, but like, I just don't understand. And now look, I also agree with the fact that you can't do that mid-season,
No, it
right?
has to be constant.
It has to be an expectation set by the
Yeah.
quote
Coach.
unquote
Right.
coach up front.
Right.
Hey, if your kid is not here for practices, then they won't play.
I mean, that should start in spring workouts. That should start
Yeah.
in conditioning.
Yeah,
that should start
starts in day
all that.
one, first meeting.
100%.
Hey guys, here's the expectations, rules, regulations, and guidelines that we have for our kids. We want to develop young men.
To-
We want to teach kids to be great people.
Can we
I
just
gotta-
pull this last 5 minutes and just throw it out there?
Seriously, I got to give a shout out to my better half. Dude, I'm so impressed with her preseason stuff. Like, she has contracts, she has parent contracts, she has like this big folder that like lays all of this out, and there's like no questions. And if anything ever comes up, she just goes right back to that contract. She's like, "Hey, look, you signed this.
You agreed.
You agree
Yeah.
to this. This is what
Look.
it takes to be part of this team. If you don't do it,
And I
there
love
will
that.
be. I know it's beautiful.
I love it because
I
it's not
celebrate-
about
yeah.
about winning and losing. It's not. It's
Yeah.
it's about learning.
Yes,
It's about growing.
and
And like, I don't
accountability,
care if you had,
teamwork,
and
yeah.
yes, accountability is all of that. Accountability is not a bad word. Accountability is a good word.
You about
Absolutely.
you about to go
We're
to the
gonna-
second
we're-
hour.
We're preaching today.
I mean, look, I'm telling you, I told you, youth
Oh,
sports
man.
is getting me. Like, I am.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
I
It's
I
so-
wish
I
I
agree.
You've got an open
1000%.
schedule. You ever thought about coaching?
Yeah.
Man,
That's what
yeah.
I was literally getting ready to say. I wish I had the time
Yeah.
and the ability. I'm not an expert at basketball by any means. I'm not an expert at baseball by any means.
Look at my body type. Do I look like I'm the expert at Little League Baseball? Do you know how many kids I
You're a
had
great
for
soccer
years?
coach.
Do you know how many? You know how many kids I had for years later
Yeah.
come back to me? Hey, coach.
Thank you.
I remember this. Hey, appreciate you. Hey, we had a kid one year, and his dad coached with us for 2 years. And the third year, his dad got real sick and was going to pass away.
Oh my gosh.
And we were there with them every step of the way. And Dad, when he could, would show up, and it was a tough for him to show up there. But we did that, and I got more out of that season with him than I ever did any other season where we were sitting there as the one or two team against the Nationals, like that kind of thing.
I hear that.
Well, look, we have gone on some preaching
We
moments.
have.
We've gone down some rabbit holes.
Started out a
today.
little sappy, and then we got
Yeah, we have turned
Drove it hard.
this into a very passionate show.
Let's put a little bow on it.
So let's go ahead and you got a Friday feel good that wants to just wrap all this up
Man,
into.
I'm telling you. Listen.
you're gonna make me cry today. I'm sure.
Marcus Aurelius has a quote: "To offend a strong man, tell him a lie. to offend a weak man, tell him the truth.
So that's a
Based
bar.
on this last one, if you got upset, it was either truthful or like, you know.
Might be a week.
But so that really spoke to me. I took a screenshot of that a few weeks ago, and it's just kind of been sitting there. And there's a lot to be held for truth in today's world, especially when, you know, I showed y'all a picture of some AI stuff earlier, and there's sometimes we don't know what is and is not truth. But when you know something is, you gotta hold that as a standard.
Look,
so
man, I love you.
y'all know what to do. Find somebody you know, tell them you love them.
You need to change that picture.
I got to now. By
I'm
the time
telling
this
you,
airs, it will be changed.
You look like a retired first sergeant.
Oh my golly, leave me
mad.
alone.
Like a private just pissed in his Cheerios. Like that's what it looks like.
To put it in context for those y'all that may try this, I used ChatGPT to create a headshot using my face from a previous picture, and I got a very serious, stern black.
Look, it's
tie.
great. Like what you did was incredible, but like I just it's
man.
not Derry.
Well, no, it's not. It's not. You're right. So,
Look, as always, guys, I appreciate you coming to hang out with us for the last hour. You guys know what to do. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you want to get involved, feel free to reach out to me directly at charlie@singletreebbq.com. You can give me a phone call at 615-307-0120. And if you are a coach and you are not developing your team and your players,
give him a call. We got some words of advice.
or just unfollow me.
Wow. Okay.
Our youth deserve better.
There you go.
It's that
Our
simple.
youth do deserve better.
They deserve better.
They deserve
We
our
can't-
best.
We can't expect to take our country to the next century with the lack of development that we are giving our kids.
That's it. That's it.
Look, y'all know what to do. Find somebody you know, tell them you love them, as Derry says.
That's it.
And until next time, we'll see you then.
Y'all be good.